Okay. This one I wrote when the David Bowie song made a whole lot of sense all at once during COVID. So this is beginning of the third part of the story. Silently passing over its planet of origin, the aging communication satellite dutifully continued relaying news and weather updates to distant landmasses on the other side of the blue orb. Wearing a pressurized suit, the bearded stranger who'd materialized nearby a moment ago brandishing a pool hook spared no time climbing aboard. Inside his helmet, a heads-up display indicated his remaining oxygen supply would provide enough time to complete the task before him. Pinching thumb and forefinger together, the trespasser activated electromagnetic clamps built into his stolen suit's 3-inch soles. Taking one small step, the access panel helpfully outlined in peeling reflective strips came closer. Confidence renewed, he clanked onward. Over the steady echo of his own breathing, the first ring of a phone call split the stillness. Really? Spreading across the unused corner of his display, a caller ID application unfolded. Paired with a too-long number, the name Masters, Travis, elicited a grunt of admiration from the thief. Apparently the director of the Enhanced Ability Registry wanted a word. Hands full, the floating man allowed the incoming call's second ring to pass him by. An internal cascade of second guesses slowing thick-gloved hands. The bearded man reminded himself he was an attorney, not an astronaut. Even after New Orleans last summer, neither side sought to contact the other. Privately inheriting what was left of the Eagles, along with a disgraced agency, the younger telepath had kept busy steering both groups in a new direction. Chances were, Travis already knew about half of what he was up to. Ring number 3, one more second. Glancing back to the incoming info on his display, the amateur astronaut studied the caller's recently taken photo. At the center of a handful of young people in dark reflective suits and sunglasses, Masters stood with a fire team of 5 enhanced operatives. Wearing custom-made body armor and wide grins, the group's bodyguards sported fearsomely oversized firearms. Towering over even their tallest, details of the Rocky Mountain snow-capped peaks were lost to a rising sun's glare. Oh, all right. Hello, Travis. Tom, thought you might not answer. Harder than moments before, sheets of rain pelted the rounded, seemingly too large windshield of the modified tour bus. Running the full length of its cavernous interior, white rope lights and LED lamps partly made up for grumbling skies. A hunched silhouette against twin glares of oncoming traffic, their driver renewed his grip. Glancing over the carpet of shifting clouds outside, Masters pulled in a sharp breath of relief. The older telepath was far out of range for direct mental contact. How's things? Tom smiled over the line. Very different, Travis thanked him. Calling you about 2 things. Is this old business or new business? Shivering inside a large towel stamped with the red, white, and blue logo of the Enhanced Ability Registry, the terrified witness to today's disturbance looked around the packed tour bus. Sensing a return to the present moment, the leader of the dark suits threw out an encouraging wink. Suddenly soothed, the compound loss of her recently repaired car, the store she no longer worked at, and most of the strip mall itself sank into proper perspective. Filling the kitchenette area toward the rear, the largest men she'd ever met continued to debate what they'd seen, how far it had tunneled, and which rounds might prove most effective when it resurfaced. New business, clarified Masters. New suit? Item 1, listed the director. Item 2? Turning in the captain's chair wired to facilitate her talents, Masters' telemechanic waved her his attention. She'd pinpointed the gingerbread man's target. According to instrument readings from multiple space agencies, the teleporter's trademark energy signature had last been confirmed above the Atlantic Ocean just over a minute ago. Miming an incoming shower of debris with lacquered fingernails, the spade relayed this data to the telepathic heart. Item 2, warned Travis, is about to return to Earth in an uncontrolled re-entry. Oh, that, assured Tom. Almost done. Anything cryptic? Masters cast. Just for fun? Nothing clever, Del Negro refused. Sorry. Calling upon the contents of the new language learning file he'd been making progress in, Travis began an internal count in 10 to Cantonese. Saving himself the embarrassment of issuing a long-distance threat of no consequence, the Eagle's King of Hearts exhaled slowly through his nose. Hoping for any explanation of the smiling beard's increasingly shabby appearance in recent sightings, Masters entered his final bid for information. I need to know, petitioned the agent, what you think you're doing. If I succeed, proposed the fugitive, no one will know what horrors were prevented. If you fail, don't tell anyone. Having accessed the stolen spacesuit's biometric suite, Master's best friend and staff paramedic began shaking his head. By Jack's estimate, their quarry was already a dead man. With less than 4 minutes of air remaining, the world-trotting fool had no chance of returning to Earth if he passed out. Relaying his findings, the club estimated Del Negro would either drift, eventually freezing to death in orbit, or burn up in re-entry. Trev, he's not coming back. Thanks, Jack. Goodbye, Tom. Goodbye, Travis. Scene.